Welcome to the Nerf This podcast. Very first episode. My name is Corey.
My name is Kenny.
Yeah, he's on the other mic. I'm sitting really close to my microphone. I hope that's picking up okay. Anyway, we are here to discuss news and highlights from the esports community. This past week was past weekend. We're pretty much a week away from it. Was Evo.
Yeah, that was some pretty hype matches there.
So Evo's going to be coming up in a while. But first, we're going to talk about some Overwatch stuff that happened this past week. Tuesday, a new patch got released. So let's jump right into the news.
Yeah, that new patch with the new hero Ana seems like an interesting take on some things, which I'll let you get on to.
Let's talk about the new hero Ana. So Ana, being Pharah's mother, is a support sniper class. Can heal and damage. Can do some crazy things with her sleeper dart, and is one of the only, I'd say, healers that has a really good self heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The super bursty self heal.
Yeah, because Lucio has a little bit of a burst heal, but not as much as she does, it seems.
Oh no! Whenever I use the Lucio burst heal, I just immediately get murdered.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. Maybe that's just my Lucio.
Yeah, and then every other Lucio just never dies.
Yeah,
but
right.
Regardless.
Every other Lucio except me is Jet Set Radio and just never touches the ground. Yeah. Anyway, Ana, she came out. So her new abilities. Her ultimate is pretty interesting. Nano boost. Primarily being used on tanks. Haven't you noticed since the patch dropped?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed quite a bit. Usually on Reinhardt's or
I think everyone's just
Zarya's I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone's just using it on Reinhardt's because they saw the trailer and was like, holy shit, I want to be a fast-moving Reinhardt that murders the entire team and gets play of the game. So, yeah. But I also saw it on Roadhog, and Roadhog is pretty rad. I was playing Mei my first day on the patch, and yeah, I play Mei. Get over it. And Ana used her ability, and I think one of the things that I have to note about Ana is that she really requires communication between your team, because I got it placed on me. First of all, there was no call out or anything. She didn't even say my ultimate is ready. So I'm just a Mei sitting there shaking my head going, what am I supposed to do? And there was only like 2 enemies beside me, so I just like quickly go and spray and kill them. But like for that brief moment, I wasted her ult. I could have done so much more with it. So I think that Ana is going to be used not in pickup groups. I think she's going to be strictly used for like either competitive play where there's an actual core team communication, or if you're playing quick play with a bunch of friends and you can say, hey, I'm about to use this ult on you, that's the perfect time for that.
Yeah, it sounds about like right. And then of course she's probably going to have her niche comps where a little bit of rumors I've been hearing when I was playing the last couple of days after the patch came out was that possibly triple support meta comps were going to come back.
Yeah, you were telling me that. So what triple supports? Because we're going to go into the further patch notes and we're going to talk about the Zenyatta buff, but I assume Zenyatta's on that team. Can you tell me more about the...
I'm thinking, from what I've been hearing, I think the way it's supposed to go is you're supposed to run a Zenyatta, a Mercy, and then you have a toss-up between either running the Ana as third or the Lucio.
So where do you think Ana fits into that, to a triple support
if
role?
If Ana were to go into that triple support, it's where you run a either something like for a tank, for example, you run like a Roadhog, or a even a Winston, I think would be probably a little bit on that end, just since they have the higher health pool and usually take a bigger beating, and then adding the nano boost with the increased speed on Zenyatta Orb makes it so that ults will charge faster, and then it'll just be a lot of people throwing stuff into the Roadhog or the Winston and just him not dying, and it's going to make it so...
So you think Ana's going to be used mostly for survivability and a triple support?
Yeah, and then if needed in the backline, there's that, oh shit, we're being hit by something, instantly dart whatever's hitting us, or burst heal the entire group
exactly
without using an ult as a
I can also see her burst heal, because you know it does damage to enemies and it prevents healing.
Yes.
I can see that being so in World of Warcraft. In competitive World of Warcraft, it's typical to focus down a target, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's the healer, but in high-level competitive play, it's most often that you're crowd controlling the healer and taking out the biggest damage. So what I think that Ana's best role is to sleep the healer. Like, if you're this good and have your shit together as a team where you can communicate this well to say, all right, I'm gonna say we're running a McCree, okay? So you got McCree and Ana, right?
Yeah.
You're going to flashbang the healer.
Yep.
You're going to do some damage on their biggest target or their most threatening target.
Yep.
Then you're going to sleep the healer. Then you're going to do some more damage on the biggest target. If the biggest target isn't dead yet, or the target that you want to die isn't dead yet, you can prevent them from getting healed with Ana's ability.
Yeah.
So I think that she has a lot of utility if used correctly. That's why I say that she isn't used in pickups.
No, exactly. No, I agree with you on that as well. It's going to be definitely interesting to see how some players adapt and use her, especially in the competitive scene itself of Overwatch, with Cloud9 and the other teams in there.
Well, speaking of competitive play, I don't know how much these competitive teams actually participate in the ranking and competitive play. I know a few of them stream and stuff, but competitive play got some pretty big changes in this patch too, being that you can only have one of each hero per team. And I remember you saying before the patch dropped that this is one of the things you were looking forward to the most.
Yes, I was, because I remember there was a game that I had played. We were on Volskaya Industry. We had done really well on our attack. Capped it within like a couple minutes. Didn't even hit overtime on either of the points, just clean caps. And then it came to defense. They got caps, and it's like 4th or 5th point. And we got our 3rd point. We couldn't get the 4th point on the second go around. And here they come along and quad Winston us on a coin flip.
Yeah.
And then win. We were like,
And it's the dumbest thing to lose to something like that. But also to say like Cloud9, for example. I was watching, it might have been beta, it might have been just post-launch, but it was a pretty early tournament, and Cloud9 often ran double Winston, and like people like Luminosity often ran double Tracer or double Soldier 76, stuff like that. And I just see that as a way to, like, I was saying to you that my problem with it was that it takes away, a developer is supposed to put their game out there and see what we can do with it competitively.
Yeah.
And it is sort of the unfortunate thing that we have the ability to roll out patches this fast and take feedback from the community, because people who are getting pissed about double Winston, double Tracer, double Soldier 76 are just mad that they can't do it as well.
Yeah.
So, or that they can't counter it as well.
Yeah.
Because there is no 2 or 3 of the same hero comp that is necessarily broken, in my opinion. You can't go 6 Bastions and win a defense match.
No, you can't. But then it kind of takes out the kind of more the aspect of, I'm coming into this game, I kind of feel like I'm going to play this, or not necessarily have to like be hard counters for characters, and going 2, 3, maybe even 6 of a character then kind of forces you as a team, if you have to adapt, since it is an adaptive game in a sense, when it comes to points or payloads and stuff like that, where, they switched to something, okay, they're doing it because I'm running a specific character, well, let's switch out of it, so then I'm countering whatever they pick to counter me, so on and so forth. And it just causes it to take the fun out of the game. Like, if you do it once in a while, where you get like one game in every like 50 that it happens, sure, you sit there and laugh at it at that point, because it's something a little unique, something newish. It's not, maybe it's happened before to you, but it doesn't happen often enough for you to get riled up.
And if the brawls have taught us anything, it's that there can be some creative uses for a bunch of the same hero.
Oh no, exactly.
But
I totally agree.
in a competitive scene, I agree that there's not really much room for it. Besides the fact that like there are some utility characters that are good at the very end of a match. Say Tracer,
Yeah.
for example, who can get back to a point really fast, or Soldier 76 fits that role pretty well too, or Winston, who like pretty much blocks any incoming thing. If you're getting close to the end of a push, and Winston pops down his bubble and pretty much just blocks your doorway from being able to stop to come in and contest the point.
Yeah.
That it is a viable strategy, but I am glad that they are doing something about it, because it forces people to like pick a composition where it's foolproof.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on gimmicks.
No, exactly. And it also kind of puts it more behind as well, where they were wanting to see kind of the, like for competitive, where you see where your skill cap is. You're not necessarily, before this, weren't entirely necessarily getting that skill cap rating.
Yeah.
Where, because you lost to a gimmick or something, so it's like, well, I shouldn't have lost here. I'm a little bit better than what just happened here, but because of how it happened, I have no control over it. So I am losing points because of it. But
well, speaking of characters, we have some major character changes to kind of complement this you being able to only pick one of each character on a team in competitive play. Because some of the characters, if you've been playing Overwatch since launch, you know some of the characters are not competitively viable right now. Zenyatta, or before the patch, Zenyatta is the very first that comes to mind.
yeah. Stupid fly. Regardless.
I might have to cut that part of the podcast out. Either that, or we're just going to leave it in. It's going to be really funny. There's a fly in my room. Anyway. Yeah, it sound like we're recording this a bit. Well, while we're, like, fucking around a little bit, I'm going to move my chair so it stops squeaking as much. Okay.
Cool. We're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Characters.
That,
Okay, characters.
yeah, that little mech that we're named after at this
God,
point.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, so D.Va got some of the biggest changes. I hopped on the game the day the patch came out, and everyone was playing either Ana or D.Va. Like, I saw D.Va and Ana in every game I played. So here's the major changes. I'm going to read them off here. Her defense matrix, which is it used to be her what?
If you go by key bindings, that was her E.
E. It was her E.
Yes.
Okay. So it used to be her E. Now it's a right click if you're on the PC. The cooldown was decreased from 10 seconds to 1 second, which you might be thinking, excuse me? Well, the new resource meter to the defense matrix God, I'm good at podcasting, aren't I? You can tell this is
Totally good.
The new resource meter has been added. The meter will deplete while the defense matrix is active and then recharge when it's not in use. So, in a sense, it's kind of like Reinhardt's shield, except that it doesn't go down as it takes damage. It goes down over time. So, you can put it up for a certain amount of time, then take it down, let it recharge, use it again. At full charge, defense matrix will last for 4 seconds. So, if you're holding the right-click button, it will last for 4 seconds without interruption. Defense matrix will now remain active as long as its assigned hotkey is held. Defense matrix has been reclassified as an alternative fire and is now right mouse button. I already kind of went over that. And there is an option to toggle defense matrix, just like Reinhardt's shield, where you can toggle it, where if you just press the button once, it'll stay on. And her ultimate also got changed. Now the ultimate cost is decreased by 15%, which is fucking ridiculous. The explosion delay has been reduced from 4 seconds to 3 seconds, meaning it's harder to get away from. Because before, with D.Va, didn't you really find that it felt more like a point clear than anything else?
Yeah, I did, and it with this kind of explosion delay reduction as well, it's going to make it harder for those lob shots that a lot of the divas would do sometimes.
Super MLG Pro divas friggin' flying in, banking their shot over the wall.
And then it would explode as it hits point.
And then emoting, even though they don't know if it's going to hit anybody or not, because they kind of just YOLO'd it.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's going to make it harder to do that. And the biggest change to her ultimate is it no longer kills D.Va herself. The player who activated it. If there's another D.Va on another team, it'll kill that D.Va.
Yeah. No, of course. It kind of gives her more, even though it wasn't really. I don't feel like it was needed as much. Maybe it's just opinionated at this point. But that, because as soon as it's done exploding at this anyway, she gets back her mech.
Yeah, no matter what. No matter, like, when I first started playing the game, I thought it would only happen if you killed somebody with it. Yeah. That was my understanding, was that if you killed somebody with the explosion, you would get your mech back. But then I realized over time that you just get it back anyway. And with this, but with the change to her not dying to her own ultimate, I feel like it makes it better for her to pressure out of mech, so that you can, like, if they are running away from your mech, you can still chase after them and kill them. You're not left like a sitting duck hiding behind a wall, waiting for your own ultimate to go off.
Yeah.
And then getting back in your mech and going back into the fight.
Yeah, or where you were maybe on a point, had to ult, everyone leaves the point, but of course it kills you because you don't want to leave the point because you needed it for like that
final push.
Yeah.
Or like that extra little distance.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree, yeah. So I think it's necessary. I think that D.Va definitely needed a buff, but I don't know. I think they went too far. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially with the defense matrix, because the defense matrix is up all the time, and it's stopping all damage. It's actually absorbing. So I play a lot of Junkrat. You know this.
Yes.
And the stream will know this eventually. But when I'm playing Junkrat, a lot of my things are like, I'll bank the shot, or I'll like bounce the shot into them.
Yeah.
But with Reinhardt, that's perfect, because he can like keep his shield up. He still blocks my stuff, but my stuff doesn't. My stuff is still a threat.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
D.Va's defense matrix, it disintegrates it, so my stuff no longer becomes a threat at all.
Yeah.
And like, think of Pharah's rockets. It does splash damage.
Yeah, but defense matrix,
no splash damage.
Oh look, Farah, you ulted defense matrix. Oh look, it's gone.
So the only necessary change that I think needs to happen there is that the defense matrix needs to like absorb incoming damage, but not destroy the projectile itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it might be a little hard to do that, though, is the only thing.
Well, I'm not a developer. I'm just a new podcaster. Can't even speak. Lucio, the only thing that happened to Lucio, and this happened to a lot of heroes, you're going to hear us cover this a lot, is that the ultimate cost got increased by... His ultimate cost, Sound Barrier, got increased by 10%, and that is due to the change that all self-healing abilities now charge your ultimate. So you think of your Roadhogs, your Soldier 76s, your Bastions, your Lucios, your I think Mercy too.
Mercy has her own kind of internal healing there.
And I assume Anna's does it as well. She's not included in here because she's new, obviously. But McCree's back. McCree's back with a vengeance. He's now the sniper of the assault crew, like the attack crew.
Yeah,
he is the sniper. He outsnipes Widowmakers now.
Yeah, it's very definitely interesting that they, because as I was listening to the kind of the community, or not the community, I guess Blizzard's little talk about what this patch was going to be like, and they were sitting there saying how they felt like they kind of took too much from McCree with his out of his fan, but wanted him in a spot where he still didn't necessarily shred tanks, but still had kind of that firepower that he should have as an assault.
See, that's the thing, is the developers said at the beginning of McCree's like weird bounce between nerf buff, because McCree has been through a lot if you've been following since beta. If you look back, McCree didn't have any damage drop off at longer distance. And then the Fan the Hammer, the stun grenade Fan the Hammer combo was too strong, so they nerfed that. That was the most recent change. Yeah. And then this one that just came out. But what I remember the developer saying was that they wanted McCree to be a backline shredder, or backline harassment shredder. So your Traces and your Genjis that come and harass your backline, like where your assaults are, and your McCree would hang out anyway.
Yeah.
he would stun grenade the tracer, fan the hammer the tracer would be dealt with, and then you just move on with your life, and you still have a hard time with tanks. And eventually people found out that's not the case. You're not having a hard time with tanks at all, because you can just fan the hammer and make sure a lot of them land in the headshots, the critical zone.
Yeah, no.
So what I think that they should have done with the fan the hammer thing, and completely do away with this weird sniper cowboy that we have going on today, is that they should have made fan the hammer not have any crit shots.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that have fixed everything?
That could have fixed a good portion of it, yeah.
Because Tracer only has 200 health. 200 health?
Yes, 200 health.
Genji only has 200 health.
Yes.
200 health is enough for a fan the hammer stun gun fan the hammer combo to take care of that. And that's what they wanted from him. And then keep his Peacekeeper the exact same way.
Yeah, but now they have it where crit across the map does 200 damage or more. At this point, I think it does like over 250 damage if it crits.
Yeah, and so it pretty much didn't change the problem.
No, because I've noticed as Zarya when I play, because I play a lot of Zarya, just sitting there, pop my shield instantly at 50 from one shot from McCree, instead of like the 2-3 shots it used to take, and then now it's like the second shot I'm almost dead. I'm like, what the hell? What? Excuse me? Who the hell just hit me? I don't see a Widow on their team. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is what it is, I guess.
The McCree thing confuses me, and I think that he's going to be a character that they keep going back to and just bouncing between.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be, until they figure out exactly like how they're going to make him sit finally at the end of all of their buffs and nerfs. He's going to be in almost, if not almost every patch, I think.
One of the most interesting things is that they didn't do anything to Widowmaker, because Widowmaker is now pretty much rendered, well, she's not useless.
No.
But she's definitely rendered one of the weakest characters in the game right now.
Second to, what was it? I think it was either Hanzo or...
But I find that Hanzo's the better sniper now.
Oh yeah, Hanzo's definitely the better sniper, but I think in terms of just how strong each of the characters were, I think it went Widowmaker, Hanzo, and then before patch it was Zenyatta. I don't know who takes his place now.
Yeah, at the bottom was Zenyatta for a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of Zenyatta,
yeah.
Well, I'm going to skip a couple, because mostly the changes that happened to Roadhog and Soldier 76 are just that their ultimate cost got increased. Already covered that.
Yeah.
And also that Soldier 76's spread damage, like when the reticle starts to spread and it starts becoming less accurate, that has a short delay.
Yeah.
So it used to
immediately become larger as you held the...
No, what happened was, like, they used to do burst shots, right?
Yeah.
And now the time in between burst shots, it used to be like 5 or 6 bullets, and now it's like 2 or 3. And then so you have to be really quick with it to be super accurate. But they wanted Soldier 76 to be more close up and in your face and in the action. They didn't want you to be picking off Faris from the sky, fucking 14,000 meters away.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Cut that, Corey. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Zenyatta. Everything happened to Zenyatta, man.
Mm-hmm.
They thought that he was the weakest of the weak. So his health is now 200. 150 shield and 50 health, which I think is appropriate.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now he's in line with kind of all the rest of the supports, because everyone but Zenyatta had about 200 health.
And I get their reasoning prior to doing this is because it was 100 shield.
Yeah.
So it could recover out of combat, and it had ulterior motivation to what, say, Mercy's health pool had.
Yeah.
Where Mercy's health pool couldn't regenerate, she had to be actively healing people. Zenyatta always felt like the assault of the support characters to me.
Yeah.
Because he was the one who dealt the damage quackly.
Quackly. Jesus.
God, I'm good at this podcasting thing.
Yeah.
Orb of Discord and Orb of Harmony. He had the Orb of Discord, so he could shred pretty much anyone from a good distance. Right?
Yeah, that made it so that like people who ran double or hell even triple comps it was kind of the, okay, well, go ahead and run those. We'll run a Zenyatta and then just shred through all of it with our 2 or 3 offense heroes.
Yeah, pretty much. And now, speaking of Orb of Discord and Orb of
Harmony.
Maybe you should start doing the reading.
I don't know. Maybe I should.
Slow on the uptake. I need my coffee. It's a little early in the morning here. No, it isn't. I was up early.
Yeah.
Projectile speed of Orb of Discord and Orb of Harmony has been increased from 30 to 120. Times 4, everybody.
Okay.
And I understand it. I understand it.
No,
that doesn't even need an explanation.
No.
The Orb of Discord has to get to where it's going right away. The Orb of Harmony definitely has to get to where it's going right away.
Especially when they changed it to being line of sight required for most of them.
See, that was one of the things that I heard discussed, actually. Now that you bring it up, I heard it discussed that they should bring that back, where Zenyatta's orbs just stay on the person regardless of line of sight. But that's not how Zenyatta is supposed to be played.
No, because then if they do that, that's going to make it where there's more, even more rampant Genjis and Tracers, because you just then pop one on them, just leave it at that, and then never put it on anything else.
And it also left this weird thing where you could just keep tabs on where a certain enemy was.
Exactly.
Like if you put it on a Genji or a Tracer, on an enemy Genji or Tracer, you could just see the Discord,
and then watch
while they're sneaking up. And that made Reaper really bad, because Reaper's entire game is sneaking up on you, right?
Yeah, and being in your face, and it's like, oh, there's a Reaper above us, guys. He's coming to flank and ult.
Do you see the Orb of Discord through the walls?
Yeah,
because that's how that worked.
Yeah,
and probably one of my favorite things, because it looks hilarious, is his Transcendence, his ultimate. The movement speed is now doubled upon activation, makes him look like Sonic the Hedgehog, and the healing amount is increased from 200 to 300 health per second.
Yeah.
Essentially what that does is he pops his ultimate to prevent something, like a Junkrat tire, or a Justice Reigns from above, stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be more on the less so on the Junkrat tire, because it is a burst of flat damage. So if it has enough damage, enough health if there isn't enough health on a target to soak up all the damage, they're just dead.
It doesn't
true. Matter.
That is true. Yeah.
It was for more stuff like I know a Zarya. Every time I see a Zenyatta, I'm like, well, I'm switching tanks because Zarya is now useless. Because usually
you're talking about her ult.
Yes, because every time I ult, it's Zenyatta ult, and then just counters the entirety of whatever everyone was going to throw at this ult to kill the entire thing, because they just out heal it at that point, and it's just not fun at all.
Yeah, it
sucks. Sense. It's like best ults ever, and it's like, no, negated by Zenyatta. Sad face.
So, new Overwatch stuff was all in all, it feels like they did the right thing. They did what they were planning on doing from the get-go with most characters, minus maybe McCree.
Yeah.
But everyone's going in the right direction. I think D.Va's going to see another nerf, as they see the defense matrix is pretty powerful.
Yeah, because it's also going to make Bastions a lot kind of worse almost.
Good.
Torbjorns are also going to be hit hard by that change.
I'm a little salty
about Bastion.
I'm a little salty about Bastion and Torbjorn all the time.
Yeah, so, no, of course.
Like, if my girl D.Va, the Korean girl D.Va, steps up, says, I ain't afraid,
then
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you on that one as well.
Like, when I started, I was a D.Va main. So, and that's why I named the channel Nerf This. So, welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
In other news, more Overwatch news. Beep, 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 breaking news, because I just found this today. It was 23 hours ago as of this recording.
Cool.
TSM finally entered the Overwatch scene. Team Solo Mid, if you're new to this thing. They signed the roster of Code 7. I actually watched a few Code 7 games.
Yeah, they seemed...
appropriate.
Yeah, it seemed appropriate, because it's some of the matches that we, I think me and you watched one or two of them there. It almost seemed like they were there, but it's like they almost needed just that little extra push to kind of get into that mold where they'd be just perfect
And they definitely need a backing like TSM to do something like this, right?
Yeah.
So Code 7 has put up very strong recent results, including 2 separate match victories against Cloud9 at the Beat Invitational. They also qualified for the $100,000 ESL Atlantic Showdown.
Yeah, that was...
So Code 7 has been putting out results. I actually, every time I watch competitive Overwatch, I see Cloud9 cleaning up, and we need their kryptonite, and maybe Code 7 is just that.
Yeah, that's definitely it, because they're pretty much competitive, or dominant, I should say, in a lot of the competitive scenes of a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Like for many years, League of Legends, they were.
Well, TSM is it started in League of Legends, right? Or did it start in Dota?
TSM started in Dota. Dota has been out longer than League of Legends.
Yeah.
Because TSM was an older team in League of Legends. I can't remember the name. It's been a little while. I'd have to do my research on that again.
Because TSM kind of refers to a League of Legends like vernacular.
Yeah.
They're soloing mid.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway, and I saw TSM enter. I believe they have a melee player. Once we get to melee, I'm sure I'll see a tag saying TSM and be like, that's the guy. But we're not covering melee yet. However, we are going to start covering some fighting games, Kenny.
Yeah,
I'm super excited about this.
I am too. It's they were quite hype matches there.
God, Evo was amazing. Can I just gush for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
The fact that just so many big things happen at Evo, and like, okay, so Evo, I was watching Evo back when there was like barely anybody entering, and they had like small venues and stuff, and now they're at the friggin' Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's huge, man.
Yeah,
they had ESPN covering Street Fighter, man.
Yeah,
like everybody hates the fact that Street Fighter is going towards being called an esport. Nobody in the fight. I don't know if you know this. Nobody in the fighting game community wants Street Fighter to be called an esport, but there's nothing wrong with big budget and then small community. No. Because like we have our locals, you've been to a few of them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know, 100 people. Let's say 100 people.
Yeah, 100, 200 maybe.
And most of those are smashers anyway.
Yeah.
But the people who play Street Fighter, we're all tight. We all get along. I live in the same city as Lap Chi. A lot of people know Lap Chi, and I've played Lap Chi myself. And my buddy actually played him in tournament. So like, and we all get along. But then there's these big like, where the sponsorships come out and like all of the production value comes out, and that's big for us, just to get it on the big screen, get people watching it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It then brings up more awareness, and then of course maybe future tournaments like this year at Evo, there was over 5,000 people. They said like 5,041 people that had signed up for
Street Fighter.
Yeah,
specifically Street Fighter. Yes.
Yeah, and then so next year maybe, if they because people might be more aware of it due to the tournament at Evo, there might be even a bigger outcome next year.
Mm-hmm, even for sure. And it's been exponentially growing every year.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm very proud of that. Very, very good, Mr. Wizard. Anyway, and hey, maybe there will be some new people, some scrubs. Maybe I can win.
Yeah, or me. But those will be dreams down the road. Sure, many years to come.
Well, as we're talking about Evo, we're not getting into the top 8 quite yet. We are getting into some news that Evo announced at their event. Evo is organizing its first Japanese event, EVO Japan. The competition will unsurprisingly take place in Japan. Article.
Yeah,
I didn't even read this article yet.
Thanks, Captain Obvious article. Jeez.
Although no specific location or dates were revealed, more information on the event is set to be announced at the TGS Tokyo Game Show, which takes place in September. The announcement was made just before the Street Fighter V finals at this year's EVO, with both Street Fighter producer Yoshinori Ono and Tekken producer Katsuhiro Harada. I knew Harada. Being on stage to help make the announcement. Their involvement will reveal. Well, their involvement with the reveal would suggest that both Street Fighter and Tekken would be featured at the Japanese event. No kidding, because Street Fighter is bigger in Japan than it is in America.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
But you won't see games like Melee because Melee is actually a predominantly American game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to bring as much of a crowd from other places like Japan and maybe.
There are Japanese smashers, but it doesn't necessarily exist the exact same way as how seriously we take it over here in North America.
Yeah, no. It feels like that America found their one game and was like, okay,
we're finally good at this.
Yeah, we're good at something. Japan can have all the rest of them. We're going to keep ourselves to this, and we're going to practice this.
Korea has StarCraft and now Street Fighter. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Japan has all the other fighting games and Street Fighter pretty much on lock. Because if you look at Street Fighter Top 8, which is coming up soon, most of the cast is Japan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the highlights of today. I wish I had like a little...
Fun, stupid fucking people trying to call me. Swear to God.
We're professionals. We'll get this down right eventually. Okay.
One of these days.
What? It's fun because it's not professional. Get over it. Okay. I wish I had like little sound bites that would like transition. We're talking about highlights now, baby. Highlights from the tournament that happened this past week, which we're going to do every week. We're going to pick a tournament. We're going to talk about the highlights, the main events.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got Evo Smash pools written down, but I don't remember a lot of them because it happened a week ago and I haven't had time to record until now. So I'm just going to talk about the top 32.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And then
I think that's top 32, isn't it? Yeah,
yes.
Because that's top 16. Yep, that's top 32.
Yep.
Can I say something? I'm surprised Axe didn't make it to top 16. His Pikachu is friggin' phenomenal. By the way, we're talking about Smash. Did I say that? I don't
yes,
know
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Smash pools, no. Smash top 32, absolutely. I am surprised because Axe made it. I believe Axe made it to top 32 to top 8 last year. You've seen his Pikachu play, right?
I think I remember it last year. Yeah, I think he did.
I played a couple clips yesterday that you probably should have seen, but.
Oh yeah, that one where okay, yeah.
His Pikachu is insanity, man.
Yeah.
And Axe only placing in top 32. That's a bummer because he's one of my favorite players to watch. I'm glad to see some of the OGs here in top 32. Chillin' Dude, Chewdat. We got a few people who, again, I thought should have made at least top 16. Wobbles was in there, the Ice Climbers player.
Yeah.
The one who coined the term wobble.
Yeah, exactly.
SFAT definitely should have been up there. The Moon. The Moon is an incredible Marth. He's one of the only 4 Marths to, like there are considered like 4 Marth gods over time.
Yeah.
Mewtwo King being one of them.
Yeah, Ken being another one.
Asm being another. And then the Moon is actually up there within that realm, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Chillin' Dude, it was really good to see that he actually made 17th at an Evo. This dude's been playing for quite a few years.
Yeah, it's how old was he in that Smash document that we watched? That was because it went up to 2006.
What did he say? He said he was like 16 or something and handling all this cash from Game Over.
Yeah,
the first Game Over.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. So we're going to top 16. Top 16. Actually, a few people I have never even heard of. So I'm not going to talk about those guys. But Lucky's in there. God, a lot of Foxes, man. I'm so sick of seeing Fox. Anyway. Lucky's up in there. Nintendo Dude is up in there. Shroomed, which is one of my favorite Sheik players, up in there. Yep.
Yeah, Pew Pew U, then West Balls as well.
No. That's top 8, baby.
Oh, yeah, top 16.
So we're going to get to top 8 right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk about top 8. Some of the early games, man, there were some upsets. I was so happy to see West Balls make it top 8. I was so happy to see S2J make it to top 8. We always need a Captain Falcon representative in top 8. I'm putting that down for the Smash community right now, that if there is not a Captain Falcon in top 8, just shut the tournament down. I don't care, because it's always hype seeing a Captain Falcon do what he does. It's really boring watching S2J fight Hungrybox. I'm pretty sure, I can't quite remember. I can actually look right here and see the match log, but I can't quite remember if S2J faced off against Hungrybox in this tournament exactly. No, S2J got knocked out by Hungrybox, right?
Yeah.
That's what it says there.
Yeah, and losers.
So yeah, but if you watched Hungrybox play S2J, I forget what it was. It wasn't CEO, was it? But anyway, Hungrybox played S2J before, and S2J played this lame Captain Falcon style, and that's not how I like to see Captain Falcon being played. It got results. He actually beat Hungrybox.
Yeah.
And actually, I think knocked him out of the tournament, but maybe just put him in losers.
Yeah. Sure.
In this other tournament, just with this lame Captain Falcon style.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
No. It kind of changes kind of the dynamic of Captain Falcon as a whole, where it's like, okay, I'm going to grab you, throw you, and then hit you with a knee, and you go flying off the map.
Yeah.
With that sweet spot. But
and then we move over to one of the most heartbreaking matches that I watched, which was Mango versus Mewtwo King. I never know who to root for between these two because they're two of my favorite players. Mewtwo King because he's quirky, he uses a lot of the cast, and Mango because he's just the kid, man. He goes nuts.
Yeah, no, I've seen a few, even though I'm newer to kind of the Smash community as a whole, watching kind of their plays and stuff, I've seen this kind of the stuff that him and Mewtwo King himself can do, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, Mewtwo King breaks the game, man. Or he plays the game to a degree that I can't possibly even fathom it. Because he just knows it's going to work. He just does it and knows it's going to work.
Yeah.
No matter what he's doing, he's like, yeah, no, I've already thought this through.
Yeah, it doesn't even question.
And Mango's like, I don't know if this is going to work, but goddamn, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, Mango's the, let's try this new thing. Oh shit, it didn't work. Okay, next.
Mango's like the new Korean DJ, man. He's learning as he goes, but he's fucking incredible. He's on a whole other level. Yeah. However, Mango only made it to, what placement was he? He made it to fourth. And Mango didn't get to take his third EVO home. We had losers semis,
which was...
I may as well talk about top 8 winners because this actually sets up losers semis. Top 8 winners, Plup actually beat Hungrybox 0-2. And Sheik, granted, is probably a pretty bad match for Jigglypuff, but the way Plup plays Jigglypuff, or the way Plup plays Sheik is just insanity, and Hungrybox, he did his best.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So he got knocked down to losers. At least Hungrybox placed in winners. If that was a losers match, we wouldn't have seen the results we did.
No.
And then Mewtwo King lost to Armada, obviously. Peach is annoying to deal with as a Mirth.
Yeah, and those stupid turnips.
I don't play Mewtwo King, and I know Mewtwo King and Armada get along really well, so I'm sure there's no hard feelings there. But like,
no, of course not.
It's just frustrating to watch a Peach player sometimes. I have nothing against Armada, but I was rooting against him this whole tournament.
Yeah,
that's just
it's a lot of it.
Losers semis, probably one of my favorite matches to always watch, just because of the beef between these two guys, Hungrybox and Mango.
Yeah, those two lovely people.
Oh, they absolutely love each other. They adore each other. Mango loves playing Hungrybox and Jigglypuff.
So much. Just loves it playing.
All of these matches were so close, man.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat. My girlfriend was sitting right beside me. She was screaming. It sounded like I was either murdering her or fucking her. She was like, Hungrybox, don't lose! That probably just blew out the mic. But seriously, she was going nuts.
Yeah, I sadly wasn't here for those, so I didn't get to really see those. But
he took off. But he got to watch the VODs.
Yeah.
So, winners finals was Plup versus Armada. Obviously, because top 8 winners set that up.
Yeah.
And Armada knocked Plup into losers.
Yeah, playing both Sheik and Fox.
So that set up Plup versus Hungrybox once more. And Hungrybox actually clutched it out with really impressive performance. 3-1. And that sets up the beautiful grand finals of Hungrybox versus Armada. Third time, I think, might have been fourth, that Hungrybox has made it to the grand finals at an
I
Evo
think
event.
I think they mentioned it in the kind of the commentary when they were discussing that he won. I think they said it was his third time.
Yeah, third
and that
time.
that exact time there was the fourth.
Well, I remember Mango talking about it a few times where Hungrybox just gives out free Evos, and he gave Mango a free Evo, gave Armana a free Evo, etc., etc. And so yeah, this sets up the fact that Hungrybox deserved an Evo.
Yes.
So
The way
Hungrybox
he played was just amazing.
Hungrybox had to do work against Armada's Fox.
Oh yeah.
It was a 3-2 bracket where with Hungrybox and losers reset the bracket to do another 3-2.
Yeah.
It went down to the last match every time.
A total of 10 games played within that hour and a half.
But I was so happy to see Hungrybox finally win an Evo, and I'm sure he was just ecstatic.
Delighted. Oh yeah, he looked ecstatic.
Get some of the reaction images up there if I think about it while I'm editing this for YouTube.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
get some of those reaction images up there, please.
Yeah, that worked.
So yeah, congratulations to Hungrybox.
Yeah, it was
Evo Smash. I'm never disappointed to watch Smash at Evo.
No, it's been good every year that I've only watched it for 2, but it has been good for both years that I've watched it.
It always brings the hype.
Exactly.
And now we move on to the main event, Street Fighter V, sponsored by PlayStation. If you didn't get that enough from the stream.
Sellouts. I mean, hi.
Oh my god, the ad placement at EVO this year was just ridiculous. Every 2 seconds I was being reminded about gaming chairs and PlayStation and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I did find that cool social media thing.
Yeah, so we'll give it that. It gave us something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So, yeah, Street Fighter. Top 32.
Oh, jeez.
Some notable people made it to top 32, man. Sabin.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Arturo Sanchez.
Yeah, Mr.
Snake Eyes making it to top 32 again.
Yeah.
I love it.
Luffy making it top 32.
Yep.
Thought he would have went a little further, but
Well, we already had the Armika representation in top 8.
Yeah,
but and we actually saw Fudo and Luffy face off to see whose Armika was better, and Fudo made it past.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he stepped his game up at that time too.
Ricky Ortiz making it in top 32. That is a dream. Because Ricky Ortiz, I love watching her play. Like, she's too good.
Mm-hmm.
Too good with Chun. Too good with Rufus back in the day. She just has a grasp. And the funny thing about Ricky Ortiz is she doesn't play online.
No.
She does not do any online.
Huh.
She strictly goes, finds people to practice with, and practices all in person. Straight up arcade style, right? Where you find people at your local arcade to practice with. That's what she does with Street Fighter.
That's an interesting way of doing it for sure.
I adore that. Hey, Kenny, you made top 8 or top 16.
Cool. I didn't know I was the Pope.
Yeah, I didn't know you were the Pope. Kenneth Pope made top 16. Kazunoko with Cammy. Can I just rant for a second?
Go for it.
I don't like the fact that Kazunoko chose Cammy. I play Cammy. Anyone who knows me knows I play Cammy.
Yeah.
But I do not think that Kazunoko's character is Cammy. You know who I think he should play? Nikali. Nikali has a dive kick.
Yep.
Nikali has a great DP.
Mm-hmm.
Nikali has a 3-frame jab.
Yep.
Nikali has all of these tools that Ewan used to have, minus a lot of the combo potential, but that's just Street Fighter V. That's the nature of it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot less combos in Street Fighter V than there was in 4 for sure.
I think that Kazunoko plays enough anime games to know that the guy with the biggest hair wins. So, I don't know. I think that Kazunoko's choice with Cammy is why he's not placing top 8, why he's not winning these tournaments, because he is a friggin' strong player if you go back and watch Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, no, he definitely was.
Gamer B made it to top 16. I'm happy about that.
Yep, no.
His Nikali's great.
Yeah.
I miss the days of his 8-on, though.
Yeah, no, it was...
Razor Shen made top 8, or top 16, I'm sorry, with his Fong. I think he's the only Fong representation in top 16. But Shen's Fong is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it looked like just a constant chaos just watching him play. You just
he has
never
so many-
knew what he was going to do.
He has so many knockdown and then like set you up with these poison orbs
And
mix-ups.
frame trap, just
Is irritating to watch, let alone play against.
you
I'm
almost
sure.
feel the frustration of the player that's playing against the Fong.
It makes you want to mash DP. So hard.
It makes you.
I would probably do it if I played against Chen. Tokido made top 16. Let me repeat myself quickly. Tokido, the person who we thought was second best in the world only to infiltration, only made top 16.
Yeah,
Did not make top 8.
Yeah, no. Who was his matchups again?
I don't
Those were
remember who he played to lose to.
pretty sure those were some harder matchups for him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just character wise, since he plays a lot of Ryu.
He plays all Ryu in this
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I think he had some hard matchups.
I don't
But-
feel like Ryu has any super bad matchups in this game. Because in my opinion, Ryu is very well rounded. And he's the stun gun in this game. He's even more powerful than he was in any other game, except like maybe harkening back to Super Street Fighter 4 or Vanilla Street Fighter 4. But like this is the strongest I've ever seen Ryu do, besides in Daigo's hands.
Yeah, of course.
But it was upsetting to not see Tokido Infiltration Grand Finals.
Yeah,
Even though we're kind of sick of seeing it for the 4th or 5th time now.
yeah, it puts it to the stage that at least we're seeing that there is some competition that's slowly getting up there, getting in the ranking.
You know what I think it might be? So much Japanese representation at this tournament. You have your Goichis, you have your Aitas, you have your Nemos,
Yeah,
you have your Fudos, you have Yukidon. You have so much Japanese representation at this tournament
MOV as well.
that there's so much more high-level competition. Tokido's used to it because he lives in Japan.
Yeah,
But like when you put that, it's like a gauntlet, right?
yeah,
You get so tired of fighting these really good players, and that's what top 32 was, honestly.
oh yeah,
I don't see a single guy on this list that shouldn't be in top 32.
no, neither do I.
Like,
At all.
I'm surprised that I don't see more. I'm surprised I don't see Daigo.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I don't see Momochi. I don't see
Momochi.
I had to make sure. I don't see Momochi.
No, Momochi is not there.
Like, I don't see these players that are strong Japanese players that I should see in top 32. I do not see them.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
yeah, it might be, but
Top 8.
yeah, that top 8 with first being the Vega player.
Oh my god, Nemo?
Yeah,
Nemo. Okay, so I used to watch Nemo, right?
Yeah.
I used to watch Nemo in Street Fighter 2, and Street Fighter 4, and he played Rolento. And
Yes.
his Rolento
Yeah.
was freaking crazy.
yeah, I remember those games.
However,
that day.
I don't think like Nemo's Vega is good too. And obviously, he made it through the gauntlet. He made it to the top 8.
Oh yeah,
But Goichi's Chun-Li and Chun-Li in general, really difficult match for most of the cast.
yeah,
I'm surprised that we didn't see a grand final with Chun-Li in it. And Goichi's Chun, super good. MLB's Chun, super good.
yeah.
They even faced off in this top 8.
Yeah, because
To
it
my
was
recollection.
MLV versus Goichi to
and-
see kind of who was the better Chun at that moment, I guess.
exactly.
And
knock the other one out because they qualified in losers. Yes?
Yeah.
So you had your first losers match was Yukidon Nash versus Li Joe Nash.
mhm.
And Li Joe, by the way, my favorite player in top 8 because he had that story of his father's in the crowd watching him. Was it his father? Or his
Yes,
mother?
no, it was his father.
Father. And
Who
like,
kinda
he was
had-
the only American representation in top 8.
Yep,
So
and
like the entire crowd was cheering for him
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's America.
exactly. No, it's always nice to have a little bit of American representation,
Well,
kind
to
of.
this day, America hasn't won an Evo.
No.
So step up your game, America. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, two Chuns. Let's talk about the characters in top 8.
Yeah. That would be
Two
definitely-
Nashes. No, 3 Nashes.
There was 3 Nashes.
Infiltration, Yugadon, and Elijah.
Yes.
So Nash looking pretty top tier right now.
Oh yeah. No, he looked like he was, especially on some of the things, some of the tools in his kit that he has. It seems to,
like his spacing, his dash and his spacing. Those
Yeah.
are the 2 strongest things that Nash has.
yeah,
And then his punish game is pretty incredible too, and his mix-up game.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. His entire kit's
yeah.
good.
It seems to be good. Then we had one Armika.
One Armika, which represented by Fudo.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite players of Street Fighter 4 history. Not that bad in Street Fighter 5. I was kind of just getting mad because he's the hype killer and he was going to ruin my chances of Infiltration winning Evo. But you know what?
Yeah.
Like, watching an Armika play is never bad.
No, he played it out well. It seemed he did kind of the best he could. He almost took, I think it was some of the games in grand finals that we did watch. It came really close to like that one hit where
Well, he destroyed Infiltration in winners finals. Not destroyed. It was close. It was a 3-2 set.
3-1s,
Hmm?
3-1s.
No. In winners finals, not grand
Oh
finals.
yeah, winners finals. Yeah.
And it was 3-2, and he knocked Infiltration
Oh
to
yeah,
losers.
yeah, that's right. He knocked Infiltration to losers, and yeah.
So that's why I'm
Give me
saying
that
he
later.
almost ruined my chances. But so yeah, we got one Armika, we got 2 Chun-Lis, and
Chun-Lis,
1
3
Vega.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting top 8.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't see any Ryus. I'm surprised I didn't see any
Nikali.
Nikali's. Nikali's a good one.
That was,
I didn't see any of the new characters. I didn't see Alex. I didn't see Balrog. I didn't see Ibuki.
no,
I didn't
those
see
all.
Guile.
No, those all got knocked out those got all knocked out 64s or even
Yeah.
further down.
Yeah. And Frigment, like Balrog, pure Balrog,
Yeah.
made Balrog look good.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see what people do with that character. Everyone complained because he's only been out for 2 weeks. I don't care. If you guys are character enthusiasts, if you guys are actually going to bring this character to the tournament, learn him.
Exactly. Like 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe it's not as much time as everyone else. You might not get every little tiny nick or quirk that you want to get with him, but you still grow enough general knowledge to know, okay, he did this, I can punish it with this,
Mm-hmm.
or you learned your kit enough within 2 weeks to
You learn
decently play it.
I think you learn your kit enough within 2 days.
Oh yeah.
I think you can go out and have enough matchup experience within the first week to be able to compete in the tournament decently.
Especially with
Give it another week and you have enough matchup knowledge and probably even some tech skill.
No, exactly. Especially with just how much time they put into the game as it is, it's definitely easy to do that.
Well, yeah, because these guys, especially like PR Balrog, I don't know if PR Balrog still streams, but he definitely streamed before. And like, if you're sitting there streaming, you're playing online, you're playing ranked, you're getting matchup experience. And I know he's just sitting there goofing off and joking around, but I'm sure he was also taking it very seriously.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is a almost full-time job to do what these people love to do as it is.
Yeah, and it was heartbreaking to not see PR Balrog make it further. I was so desperately wanting him to shoot for top 8.
It would have definitely been an interesting match to see him in top 8 for sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't replace L.I. Joe.
No.
L.I. Joe is definitely, he has the charisma and the personality of a good player, and then just the skill with Nash, even though he's a tier whoring son of a bitch. But he still has the skill to carry America to top 8 at least.
Oh yeah.
Grand
easy.
finals, I didn't really think, because you had another Nash to contend with.
Yeah,
Infiltration.
yeah, no, and it seemed in a lot of the Nash on Nash matchups that it was who read who more, and Infiltration just seemed on the ball with that.
So I know this is our first episode, but I'm going to put it all on the line right now and tell you exactly what I've told you before. that I think the best way to get good at any video game, pay attention if you're listening to this because you want to get better at video games, you pay attention right now.
I'd do it. Believe me.
Best way to get better at a video game is to improve your movement. Infiltration has amazing movement with Nash. I'm dry. I need a drink.
Nash's new name confirmed by Corey 2016.
Infiltration's named Nath.
Regardless,
his movement. He's dashing at all the right moments. He's staying in exactly the right positions to punish to whiff punish or to cause his own mix-up game. He to start creating some pressure.
Yeah, no, of course.
He's dashing around the screen. He's making the other player feel uncomfortable, which is what you're supposed to do with movement. Look at Melee.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily say that Hungrybox's movement is great, but he makes Jigglypuff look fucking good.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Armada's Fox looks fucking good.
Yeah.
Mango's Falco, Mango's everybody looks really good. You look at it and it's a different level. When I'm sitting there playing Melee, I look clunky. I look like I'm weighed down by 20 stones. These guys float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yep. No, totally. Yeah, we look like horrible, just statues almost at points.
Pretty much. Especially when I'm just kind of sauntering away from you and you're preparing a forward smash and I'm nowhere near you anymore. It's stuff like that, right? Infiltration just knows where things are going to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
What distance does he have to be at? What button does he have to press? And it all comes down to your movement.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Exactly.
Speaking of getting better at games, so Infiltration won.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He won in a 3-1 reset and then a 3-1.
Yeah, it almost looked like in those two games, first game, Fudo would take him, looked quite dominant in first game, and then Infiltration just would seem to turn on a switch and just say...
Infiltration's you want to play like that, huh? Well, now I know exactly everything you're going to do.
Yeah, and just seem to dominate him for the rest of the...
And Fudo's not a very easy player to make feel uncomfortable because he has so much experience with Fei Long.
Yeah.
And Fei Long, his entire game plan was to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Make you feel like it's unsafe to do anything because he has so much stuff to he has his chicken wing, he has his rekkas, he has and the fast rekkas, by the way.
Yeah.
And so it's all about pressure. So he's used to pressure. He's used to putting on the pressure.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
But Infiltration said, even at times, Infiltration said that he had to play defensively.
Yeah, exactly.
He had to back off. And I want to bring this up. This is a little off the record. I'm still going to leave it in the podcast, though. So I saw the other day on Facebook, or no, on Reddit, actually, that Lapchi was saying that Infiltration should be tested for, I think it's Ritalin.
Huh.
He thinks that Infiltration's using mind-enhancing drugs to focus harder on the game. And first of all, and he said he justified it by saying that Korea is full of Ritalin. That a lot of the drug abuse in competitive video games has been found in Korea.
But if
I don't agree with it.
No, I don't.
I think there's no basis behind it.
No, I don't either. And plus, if it was enhancing that much for the games that he did drop, they almost should have possibly not been dropped.
Well, maybe,
right?
Or maybe it was just I don't know. I don't know how Ritalin works.
It's very almost gray area, I would say, for...
That's just a little rumor mill for you boys and girls out there.
Very grayish.
Maybe you can leave in the comments what you think. Is Infiltration or very many of Korea's players using mind-enhancing drugs to up their game a little bit? Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to come to a close here soon, Ken.
Yeah.
How was the first episode?
I feel pretty good about the first episode.
I think I do too. But we're going to leave you with a little homework, a little tech, a little get you better at a game. You ever want to get better at Melee, Ken?
Yep, that's definitely something I want to do.
You are named after the King of Smash, after all.
Yeah, I kind of have to keep the name rep going at this point.
Well, do I have a thing for you to watch? There is a 4-hour-long Smash documentary out there that gives you, from front to back, from past to when the game first came out, right?
Yeah.
To right now, seeing people like Mango and Mewtwo King and Hungrybox in this 4-hour Smash documentary. Summed up is the discovery of wave dashing.
Cool.
Summed up is just the discovery of L canceling, DI, all of these really high-level tech stuff. And it gives you a really good storyline of how the Smash scene came to be. The 7 gods of Smash.
I will definitely look that up.
I thought you probably should.
Yeah. Definitely sounds
that
like
is
a thing to do.
everybody's viewers' homework. Please let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Please let me know if you think that Korea is secretly taking drugs behind our back.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're going to get out of here. My name is Corey. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/emotoswag.
And my name is Kenny, or Kenneth, or Ken, whichever one you want to call me at this point. There's multiple names people call me. And you can follow me on Twitter at insane1284.
And you've been listening to Nerf This TV. You can follow us on Twitter at Nerf This TV. You can follow us on Twitch. We'll be having scheduled live streams with both me, Kenny, or me and Kenny.
Yes.
Sometimes individually. That
Yes,
is twitch.tv/NerfThisTV. With other social media things will be coming in the future, but this is only episode 1. This is only the beginning of all of this great content that we're going to release.
And we hope that you enjoy it as much as we do.
I enjoyed talking to Kenny today.
All of the times, of course.
I enjoyed talking to Kenny. I enjoyed talking to you, Internet.
It was a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.